How's it going, everyone? My name's Aiden. Welcome back. Today's day 278 of Post Back on this channel. Back in the journey once again. Hope you all are having such a great Monday today and another day in the week. Of course, we are back. 4 more days until the weekend, so let's keep on pushing through and keep on going. But with that being said, today's message that I want to talk about is your power lies in within what you choose to let go. So I almost forgot my message, but before we talk about that, let's talk about the day real quick. I've been pretty unmotivated all day. Um, I only had work today. I did go to the gym. Just filming this video before I leave. And yeah, the only thing I look forward to is probably tomorrow. Got a nice little 3 mile run to do, so I'm excited for that. But back to today's message. Your power lies in within what you choose to let go of. You know, I think sometimes the power of letting things go can be truly embraced. There's a lot of things I think us humans that we stick to, partially for the reason because we feel the need to keep it. Sometimes we keep things in our lives that are so unnecessary, but we choose to keep it because we think that it's best. The only way how you're really going to know if something's meant to be is if you take a shot at it. Once you kind of take a shot, and if it doesn't feel right, that's how you know that it's not made for you. When you release it, you let go of it. You're able to relieve yourself, at least a little bit of that feeling that you kind of felt, well, maybe it's not the best I'm in this situation. I've had many, many occurrences when it comes to this, not even just in a relationship, type of like situationship way, but also about, friendships. Sometimes there are people out there, that may seem like they are the perfect fit for you, but turn out to be the worst fit. I used to have this friend that I actually used to work with. Um, I guess he seemed like a great guy, great person to be friends with. I have no bad blood with him. I have no beef with him, nor do I ever want to have beef with him because I don't like having beef with people. I don't like having bad blood with people. Sure, we might not talk because of our own reasonings, morals, and values, but I don't want to have a problem with it. Thing is with him is that somehow on my birthday, apparently he kind of said some, like snarky stuff, saying how he didn't want to be there, even though he talked about how excited he was to be there. And he was like, I just want to go home. Like, I don't even know why I'm here right now. And I mean, he didn't even stay for that long. He probably stayed for a half hour out for my birthday at the bar. Now, thinking about it back then, I was like, man, I was like, oh, like, that's understandable. But then kind of looking at it now, I don't really want a friend who doesn't enjoy spending quality time with me there. I like to only invite people that are there to have fun, to enjoy it, to really embrace it. And I kind of felt in that situation that it wasn't right to have him in my life. I let go of it. It sucked, but, I realized I met so many better people on the way. Even, I think about the talking stages that I've had just in my past. You know, I hate it because, I always thought that every time I would get a great relationship out of it, but turns out every single girl turned me down, made me feel like shit, made me feel like, I wasn't good enough. And that kind of pushed me into the void of just working on myself, not putting anyone first and, just doing stupid things just to, have myself feel better. you know, Relieving the fact of having to talk to anybody and having to worry about people, in these 3 months of not talking to anybody has been the best feeling of my life because I've learned that you can be alone and it's okay to be alone. And let's make that clear. It is perfectly okay to be alone and to be by yourself and to do things by yourself. The point of being alone is that you're learning to become comfortable by yourself. So you're not always spending time with your friends. So you're not always spending time with your significant other and your family. You won't always have to depend on somebody. And once you learn at first that it's uncomfortable to be alone, you are in the right spot. It's okay because I felt like that too. And, after me and my previous talking stage, we stopped talking. It sucked. I, missed her so much, but yeah, I was always wishing her the best. I was always, praying that everything was okay for her and stuff like that. But I just never knew what it was like to be alone. Just to put all distractions away, everything. Because I always used to fill the void after talking stages, but with her, she made me realize like I gotta actually like do stuff for myself. Actually do it for myself and not just like, try to fill the void. You know, filling the void never works. It's temporary, feeling relief. But once you actually put yourself first and not anybody else, that is when the true relief comes in. And that's when you start to realize that you can let things go by actually letting them go. The art of detachment is so important to know. I can link down below. Profound Pondering did a video on the law or the art of detachment, and that truly showed me how to let go. Beautiful video. I suggest you watching it. But you have to learn how to detach from things first in order to truly let go. And once you let go, you'll feel the relief of, you know what? This is my life. I can do what I want. Do the things that you love, find your passions, and do it for yourself. So the power will truly lie on what you choose to let go. And with that being said, guys, hope you all have such a great rest of the evening. And remember to take care of yourself. You deserve you matter, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.